Good morning, guys.
We have made our way from Esperance to Norseman.
And we've been spending a couple of days here prepping for might be one of our biggest adventures yet. Today we are starting the drive across the Nullarbor and crossing into a new state. So we are going from Norseman, WA to Ceduna in South Australia. So we'll be driving approximately 1,200 kilometers, which should take about 12.5 hours of driving. And part of that will be going across Australia's longest straight road, which is also one of the world's largest. Alright, doing our first fuel top up of the drive.
I didn't even look at the price. That's actually not bad at all.
Isn't it? How much is
well,
it?
It's not ideal, but it's pretty much what it is.
Not that bad, actually. Filled up.
Yes.
We started off already full, but topped up full to $61.
We're pretty much going to fill up at every single fuel station along the Nullarbor.
Yes.
Just to make sure we don't run out.
We were told that just in case any of the petrol stations are closed or don't have fuel, or if there's any issues, the best thing to do when you're driving on the Nullarbor is to stop at every single petrol station and fill up just in case. So that's what we're doing.
So I just went to pay for the diesel, and one of the people that were traveling from South Australia gave me a warning that fuel gets really expensive. He said that the petrol gets to over $2, which I didn't check what the petrol is here. But that doesn't seem too bad. So fingers crossed the diesel doesn't get too bad. But also, the Nullarbor, the whole road is like what, 1,200 kilometers? So that's probably about two full tanks, which we have a full tank now. So we just have to fill up a little bit. So worst case scenario, probably $200 in fuel left to go.
Alright, we have just pulled over on the side of the road because we've made it to the start of Australia's longest straight road. How do you feel, Wehan?
Well, right now, I'm looking forward to getting this done. But it's raining. Like, I can feel little droplets of rain.
Yeah, it's suddenly got like cloudy out of nowhere and it's raining a little.
Literally like in the middle of the outback, and it's raining. Australia is so weird.
So it took us about just over 2 hours to get here, and the actual road is 146.6 kilometers, which should only take us about an hour and a half. So it's actually not a huge portion out of the full drive we are doing this trip. We are back on the road again.
According to Google Maps, we're actually off the road now. Don't know what you're on about.
Oh dear. Alright, so we've pulled over to grab a drink, grab a snack, stretch our legs.
Maybe even have Lydia's birthday cake, which isn't a birthday cake.
So we've just pulled over for a quick stretch of the legs, and I thought I should explain like a bit more about the Nullarbor. So the Nullarbor got its name from the Latin word nullus and the Latin name arbor, which means no trees. And the Aboriginal name for the Nullarbor is Undiri, which means waterless. So I guess that can let you know what to expect. The Nullarbor is a whole lot of nothing. No trees, no water. Although that's not exactly true. The Great Australian Bight, which is that big bight out the bottom of Australia, is where there are some incredible cliff drops with amazing views, and we will be getting there eventually.
Now, this might show how much of a backlog of footage that we have, but it's actually Lydia's birthday today. And just because she enjoyed Gnomesville so much, I thought it would be a very special moment if I took her to BallaGnomeia.
Wow.
Lydia, what do you think of your birthday?
What a way to spend my birthday, BallaGnomeia. Who would have thought?
Yeah, what a treat. Look at this. In the middle of nowhere, another Gnomesville. And while it's not as well established as Gnomesville is, it's in the middle of nowhere, so I feel like it's very suiting for it to be smaller, like a rural town would be in this area.
What?
What do you mean, what?
I thought when you grabbed the camera, I thought you were just gonna comment and say like how little it is compared to Gnomesville, but you made this like weird analogy and I was like, where is this
It is
going?
well suited.
I guess. Now, it's my birthday, so I am requesting chocolate, Nesquik, candy. Let's refuel and get back on the road.
I did ask Lydia what she wanted to do for her birthday, and she said nothing, just spend time with me, which was very sweet.
A road trip with my best friend.
So I was like, well, at least we have to get you some candies or something. So we stopped in Esperance and got some candies in preparation.
Up before we headed out.
Yeah. And Lydia is obsessed
with Nesquik out of nowhere. 5 minutes until you recover.
Yeah.
Then you have Netflix.
Netflix? Nesquik.
Then you have Nesquik.
You're right.
I like a good challenge. But you know what? Bed, Nesquik, snacks. Sounds even nicer, right? We're on the road again.
Dog.
We are nearing the end of Australia's longest straight road. We are almost there. Not much further. You can see we're going on the straight and we're finally getting to a bend. We're getting onto bendy roads again. And there's the end. People are taking pictures at it. We made it to Ceduna, so we are off the straight road and just still going on the Nullarbor. Made it to Cocklepity for our next fuel top up. Here we go again.
This one is quite a bit more expensive.
Yeah, $2.70 per litre.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
$95.09. Not too bad. Quick sandwich break. Casually driving past some cows. Alright, another fill up, $65 and $2.68 a litre. Cows going to pay. And there's trucks literally everywhere. It's super popular spot for trucks. We were gonna stop near Mundrabilla, which would have been what, like 6.5 hours?
Yeah.
But we keep checking in with each other and we're still going pretty well. So we think we're gonna continue.
Yeah.
And maybe cross in South Australia. We're gonna keep going and fingers crossed. But we keep checking in, so we'll see how we go. We are approaching the border now. We have no idea what to expect. Not sure what I can film and what I can't, but I'm approaching it now. We literally have no idea what to expect, but yes, we're going. What does it say? No requirement to stop.
Whee.
Hey, so there's no checks here.
That's pretty good.
Welcome to South Australia. Woo. We're in a new state.
What? I am so
I can't
excited.
believe it. Oh, the giant kangaroo. We should have pulled over for that. We made it. We made it. We made it. We're in South Australia. And what a better way to celebrate than with a giant kangaroo with Vegemite. What's more Australian, I guess? Love it.
I don't know, maybe some flip-flops. Yeah, nah, where's my VB Express?
I'm excited. I'm so excited. I don't even know what to say. I'm just excited.
That was my first ever border crossing.
Really?
Except for like airports.
Yeah. Like driving.
Yeah.
Same.
No, you would have like
in
France
the UK.
and stuff.
In the UK.
Oh, that was my first ever.
That's exciting, Bessie.
There's also this sign here that shows you the distances between places.
Should we just drive to
Senator.
Cape Town?
Oh yeah,
Let's go, maybe?
it's only 4,500 kilometers away. It's not that far. That's how much we've done.
We better go. We gotta go get to our spot for the night.
We do. So we've just entered the Nullarbor Plains, or the Nullarbor National Park, and so far I've seen plenty of trees.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to get boring. It still looks pretty bushy, lots of trees, bush. We're heading into the coast. So excited. The time zone has now also changed because we've crossed the border. So it currently says the time is like 4 o'clock if we were on like WA time, but in South Australia time it is like 6:45. They're 2.5 hours ahead, which feels weird because it's still like completely bright, and it says by the time we get there it's 7:15. So
it's so weird. It's like completely bright out.
Yeah.
It actually feels like it's 4 o'clock.
it feels like 4 o'clock, but when we arrive, 7:15. So we'll see what it looks like then. Made it to the coast! Woo, woo, woo. Look at that beautiful blue water. Alright, we're pulling into a campsite. I'm so excited. It just looks like a bunch of bush and bumpy roads at the moment, so we're taking our time. But right at the end should be the cliff drops that the Nullarbor is famous for. These roads are never fun.
It's the section is probably not even the worst of it, and the camera probably won't do it justice. But
Currently wobbling all over the spot and going very slowly. None of the reviews on Wikicamps talked about it being rough at all.
short, rocky road,
Everything was like, oh sure, a little bit rocky, but it's
accessible by everything.
it's very rocky.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh my gosh. And even the reviews like, oh, you can access this from everything, like motorhome, car, like any vehicle can get here. And we're like, oh, this is a bit rough, but
You know, I always
Okay.
wonder why, like, if you see people visit this, why it's only them at the cliff face. And I think I understand now.
yeah. I think a lot of people probably pull into this spot and go, oh yeah, nah, let's go further up somewhere. Because we drove past some other ones and they weren't this bad. They were like closer, very flat. But I guess maybe the best views are at the worst spots to get to. I don't know how you're so calm throughout this. Pro.
Professional by now.
Make sure we're not too close to the cliff edge.
Yeah, because it is an overhanging cliff.
Yeah.
And it's probably made out of limestone.
Oh my gosh. It is freaking amazing.
That is insane.
This camera is not going to show it at all.
No.
But this is beautiful. How amazing is this?
Yeah. Worth the drive in. This is honestly so beautiful. I don't think a camera's going to do it justice.
I don't know if we're ever going to top the sunset. This is so beautiful.
It's like the moon, pink candy floss skies over there. Cliff drops right here with like the blue calm water, which isn't probably that calm. And then the sunset there, which it's already past, but
It's so beautiful. Can't get over this.
and literally cliffs here. Now don't get too scared. That is the Antarctic Ocean. Well, I think it's the Antarctic Ocean. It is, right?
I don't know.
Right underneath us. It's a cliff drop and this cliff overhangs.
Just show that again.
And then
Don't show
One.
my shoes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5 steps to the moon. Insane. What a beautiful welcome to the state. And then also, happy birthday, bestie.
Thank you.
I hope your birthday wasn't too
No, I
draining.
loved it. It was a good birthday. Look at this. I can't
It's
get
insane.
over this. It's so beautiful, and just being in a new state is like exciting. I couldn't have asked for anything else. A great road trip with my bestie, and now we have a pretty beautiful sight behind us. Let's go eat.
Oh, it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, the time zone is like really throwing us off. Like it's currently 9 p.m. We have not had dinner, and the sun's setting now. Like it's so weird.
It's so wild. But as I was saying, it's actually not been too bad, the Nullarbor. Like the drive has been pretty easy, and like I'm the type of person who would sit down and fall asleep at a chair. So That's saying something. I think it might be because
it was
I
the
had good
excitement.
company.
Thank you. And it was the excitement of like getting to each location and knowing that we didn't have to rush, like knowing if we wanted
That's
to
true.
we could stop, but we just kept going because we were excited and we were happy to drive.
Yeah.
So
I guess having your house with you 24/7 is very refreshing because you don't feel rushed to go
we weren't
to
rushing to like the toilet or the next like
or your accommodation, like to check in. It's been such a relief. It's so nice. Anyway, I'm gonna go cook for Lydia because it's her birthday.
Good night.
If it looks like I just woke up, I did.
Well, actually, we set our alarms at 5, and then we got up at 5, and it was pitch black, and we were like, I guess we wake up when the sun gets up.
Yeah, it's kind of wild that it's literally just nothing except for ocean until it's the Antarctic, like here. And I kind of felt the Antarctic a little bit this morning when I went out and took some drone shots. It was so cold. It was so cold. The wind over the ocean, like, jeez, that's wild.
Well, sadly, we have to leave this slice of heaven, which, like, I love it so much, I would stay longer.
Yeah.
But sadly, we have to leave the spot. We're continuing our drive, and we checked yesterday. And so yesterday we did 8 hours of driving, and we went 788 kilometers. So that means we've done, like, 2/3. We got a third left.
Yeah, easy. And it's, like, no doubt probably the most beautiful third.
Yeah, it's been so beautiful. And we're heading somewhere really, really cool, which we don't know what it's going to look like because, like, it depends on the sun, it depends on the weather, it depends on everything. So we have high hopes, fingers crossed, but let's take you there.
Hopefully this is the most expensive fuel that we'll ever get.
It's $2.94 per litre.
We can actually make it to Ceduna, but we'll just put like $30 and just be sure that we'll be fine.
Yeah.
To the end, just making this better.
Better to be safe than sorry.
Exactly.
Alright, we stopped it off at,
I was a little generous.
34.55. 34.55. Right at this petrol stop is the old roadhouse, which we're just taking a look at now. Old Nullarbor Roadhouse. I think we're allowed in. Ooh. Interesting. It's a bit dark in here, but
How can I help you today?
Oh, hello.
Oh.
What's on the menu?
Would you like some...
What's on the menu behind you?
Salami? No?
Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, we're out of everything actually.
I'll take, oh, it looks like all your drinks are empty too.
Yeah, I got a little thirsty.
Oh.
Apologies.
Nothing in your fridge either.
I have a bicycle, if you want.
I'm not sure I can ride that. Feels like it would hurt. Pretty cool little stop off while we're here. Nice way to stretch our legs and have a look around.
do have to say that the Aboriginal name, I feel like it's more relevant for the Nullarbor.
Yeah.
Purely because, like, you know, no rain, obviously. But there's been so many trees on the Nullarbor. There's probably like 70, 80 kilometers of a stretch of road that there were no trees. But even then, there was like one tree off in the distance or two trees off in the distance. So it's not at all what I was expecting because of the name, like meaning no trees.
I think we had like totally different expectations to what it actually is, because when I thought of the Nullarbor, I was like, oh, we're just going to be driving across like red dirt, like it's so outbacky, like that's what I expected. And this has been like a lot of greenery and a lot of stops, and it's not at all what I expected, like desert outback vibes. It's not that, it's beautiful.
I also have to say, even the section with no trees, there's a lot of like low ground bearing bush.
Yeah.
And it was so beautiful because it's like different shades of green, some orange, like a little bit of yellow, and like some like blue. Like it's quite, like, even though there weren't any trees or very little trees, it was still like beautiful, not what I was expecting at all.
Exactly. We've been very pleasantly surprised. So we've turned off the main road to get to
a little side
quest.
Yeah.
And the road's pretty potholy and gravelly, so we're going pretty slow right now, just trying not to eat the van too much.
Yeah, I may or may not have hit a pothole or two that I did not spot because you can't see it. It's just like the road is so bright.
While Wehan navigates us there, I guess I should explain where we're going. So we are heading to Lake Macdonnell.
Which, it's not a lake full of French fries or Big Macs.
Typical. So it's a really famous spot, and what it is a pink lake next to a very blue lake. So you get this amazing contrast, and you can drive between them. Now the pink lake is only vibrant pink under certain conditions, so it has to be, and same with the blue, so it has to be like right amount of sun, right weather conditions, right amount of cloud. So we have no idea what to expect. Some people have rocked up and it's been really like murky brown and hasn't looked very nice, but then some photos you see it's like this vibrant crazy pink. So we have no idea what to expect. We're just kind of going into it blind and hoping for the best. Pothole City. Okay, I'm not sure what side is meant to be pink, which is meant to be blue. I'm presuming this that looks browner is meant to be blue, and then this is meant to be pink, which has a little pink tinge to it, so maybe from the drone it would look pink.
I think I remember reading something like years ago about it just being the water level as well, like affecting the one side.
No
that
idea.
one kind of looks pink, a little bit.
It kind of looks pink. We'll have to send up the drone on the way over.
Yeah.
Literally cannot tell, so I mean, it still looks kind of cool from here, but I feel like it's going to be a whole different perspective from the drone, so yeah. I guess we'll insert that footage and you can see what it looks like from the drone. It looks like salty sludge down there. Ew.
Yeah,
I'm doing drone shots, and from what it looks like in the drone, it's the blue side's very brown and the pink is just kind of whitish. So
yeah, it's like an off-white brown cream.
Not quite the pink lake you see in everyone's photos, but hey, we expected it. We knew you only get it at the right conditions, so don't head out here just to come here.
Yeah, don't drive.
If you're doing the Nullarbor, I think it's worth driving by and taking a look, seeing if it's the right conditions. But yeah, just a heads up. It doesn't quite look like what it looks like online. See, it has a bit of a slight tinge to it, but it's mostly just salty sludge. Kind of gross. Lizard in the road. Past them?
Yeah, it sped up real quick when I drove
really?
past it. Yeah. Oh, like it was so quick for her.
Always got to be careful of this little guys crossing the roads.
Like actually, it like sped up so much. It like went 2 meters in like no time.
They're just faking being slow.
Yeah.
Alright, Fian's topping up in Ceduna. We have made it. And the fuel prices are what, normal now?
Yeah, it's 209 per litre, so.
Yeah. But we're just filling up. Prices back to normal.
It still will be expensive though because the fuel tank is now empty. There's like 100 kilometers of range left over, so. Good thing we did top up that $30.
Yeah, pretty much.
Rest in peace, bank account.
There we go, $138.
So we've officially finished the Nullarbor drive. It's done. We did about another 5.5 hours today. So all up, it took us 13.5-ish hours.
Yeah, but it's done. We've pulled up to a rest stop. I think we're both knackered
Destroyed,
now.
as you can probably tell.
Yeah, we just feel flat. Like when you get like to the end, you're like, I just want to be done now. Like I'm excited. I'm
Pretty
here.
much.
I want to be done. I want to go rest.
The first day was so much easier than the second day.
Yes.
But at Ceduna, which is the end of the Nullarbor,
yeah,
they have a quarantine section and they take like all the produce that you're not allowed to take in to combat fruit flies.
So sadly, we lost some capsicums. I was very traumatized about that.
I know. We're about to have pizza with onion and salami and cheese. So that's not too bad.
Yeah, they didn't
at least
take
you have
the
onion.
Yeah, so we went through quarantine. We filled up on fuel in Ceduna.
Yep.
Now we're here at a rest stop and done. We actually have to figure out what we're doing next.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it will be exciting. So thank you for watching, guys, and see you with whatever we're doing next week.
Yeah. Catch you guys. Bye.
But we're going to share exactly what we spent for the whole almost 3 months.
Yes.
Including like a month breakdown and a category breakdown on exactly what we were spending money on. We're then going to talk about things that we thought were a waste of money, things that we thought were worth the money, and then we're going to summarize our experience in WA and really talk about what we found to be the best campsites, the best experiences, our least favourite places, regrets and things that we'd change, the biggest surprise, biggest challenges.